Ron, check your audio. Check your audio, Ron. One of us is turned off here.
Take two.
Hey, there we go. We've got him. It wouldn't be Rock Valley Conclusion without their little mic transmission issue. So
well, all that compelling stuff I just said, I can't even repeat it the same way I just did.
I could tell just by your body language that it was an awesome introduction. So whatever it was that was being conveyed, we missed a good one, folks.
Yeah. I was just saying what a week we had last week. What a big show we have tonight. We've got several guests coming on tonight. 3, maybe 4 guests coming on tonight. Pullers, promoters. Last week, of course, Rock Valley week, Concord, Onawa, Rock Valley, 5 sessions of pulling. Huge week coming up this week, 4 sessions of pulling this week. Warrensburg, Leigh, Nebraska, Pawnee City, David City. Pulling season is upon us. Mike, how are you doing?
We're awesome. Yeah, I was just kind of saying the same thing. I made some promotional videos today and much the same tagline. We're in the heat of it, no doubt about. And this is as quickly as it seems that mid-season has arrived as I can remember. But a lot of fun stories are developing. A lot of things change in a hurry. This is where I always tell fans, be sure to look at the app frequently, because just because your favorite driver is leading at the end of Concord or Onawa, by the time Sunday, Monday, Tuesday rolls around, those whole point standings can be completely topsy-turvy. And it's going to happen again this week. And we really don't stop and take a breath for quite a while. So fans, tons of great polling content, and keep an eye on those points races, because anything can happen over these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll touch on the points races as much as we can, but there's so much going on with the points, so many classes. Then you have the organic sweep. We want to talk about that next week. We're going to dissect the organic sweep, getting close to the halfway point for those. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of pulling. Thank you, Dick Blakespor, for tuning in as normal. Hope you're feeling good out there. Tina and Eric Berger said they were happy to attend Rock Valley. Ben Beller down in Texas. Mark Willis, got to meet Mark Willis over the weekend. They were sitting right in front of us, Mike. Mark wanted him a hat and a T-shirt from the Organics. He answered the trivia question just like that when I –
Yeah, you said, come up to the announcer. And I met Mark before, and I could actually see the wheels turning, and he was turning in his seat before you had finished the question. So, yeah,
he was like that little kid in class going, me.
He was an outlaw trivia record setter. But, no, and I love that, because he is a super fan, and he had traveled all the way to Rock Valley and, positioned himself and knew what we were talking about, and good for him. And I'm glad he had a great time. We love seeing these super fans come from 7 hours away and experience a Mecca event like Rock Valley.
Brought his daughter with him. It was her birthday. We celebrated some birthdays over the weekend. John Narragon's birthday.
Yep.
was over the week. Who else's birthday was it, Mike? Seemed like somebody else had
Well, I saw I didn't get the story on this, but over there at the Omer Mafia stable, there was a big happy 21st birthday put up in pink over there. I don't know if they had a young lady turning 21, because I feel like I also might have heard that it was Craig's birthday as well. And so if they were having
didn't know that.
So I'm not sure. So Omer's comment, let us know. What was the big birthday bash over at your trailer?
Yeah, they had a really good hook on Friday night with Sweet Payne, got second place. Of course, Donald Nelson had a really good weekend. I mean, the Bullbuster wins Friday night. His guy Alex Diebert wins with the other tractor on Saturday night. The Friday night, two of the two-wheel drives finished in the top three.
Yep.
The Twisted Whip won with Alex Diebert, got his first win as an outlaw now. Yeah, what a weekend, man. Andrew Sprock had a blast for the first time in Rock Valley. Looking forward to coming back. Heck yeah. Case Conover in Texas watched on full pull. Cameron Woida, that's how I'm going to pronounce that, from Malmo, Nebraska, checking in. Thanks. We always welcome new fans coming in here. Mm-hmm. So, guests coming on tonight, Mike. We've got Kipp Trebesch III coming on. Got him a win in Rock Valley on Saturday night. And, here we go, Mike. It's starting already. Yep. Mike likes hot dogs. When you order hot dogs when you go to a steak restaurant, Mike? I'm just curious.
It's all about the functionality of it. And when I'm locked in announcing a tractor pull, Ron, you've announced with me. I'm animated. I'm moving. I'm grooving. I'm loud. There'd be steak everywhere. So I need something quick, compact to keep me going. For those of you who weren't watching, I was kind of the butt of the joke in the announcer's booth. One of the top tier concessions we've ever had. And they had people supply. It was like we're in a VIP booth, Ron, supplying us with whatever we wanted all night long. The best steak that we've ever had. Ron's ordering steak. He's ordering burnt ends. It's delicious. And I just kept with a plain hot dog all night long. Ron couldn't figure it. He says, who orders a hot dog from the greatest steak place you can get?
And I don't know what you're talking about. It would be dangerous if you ate a steak the way you move around. I didn't order anything with ketchup and mustard on it, but I had it all over me from you just eating your hot dog. So I'll be honest with you. The ribeye steak sandwiches there were probably more tender than the hot dog.
I would say, truth be told, absolutely. But notwithstanding, seriously, though, huge thank you and huge shout out to the individuals at the concession stand. I mean, that's amazing. Coming up to the announcer's booth, and they were up there every hour. Hey, do you need water? Do you need lemonade? Do you need something to eat? What do you want? Big thank you to Rock Valley, everyone behind the scene. That is just a caveat of the whole diamond. And it is a diamond experience at Rock Valley because the amount of volunteers that are taking care of things behind the scene, there's a reason that poll is what it is. And just thank you to all of them.
Mike, you have a new nickname now.
Tell me.
You will forever be Hot Dog from now on.
I can live with that. There are worse things that an announcer can be given out there. We got Ozark in the track and we got Hot Dog up in the stands. Ron, you're just like you're like a superhero with all these sidekicks around you now.
I know, right? I'm safe. I got all these superheroes. Chris Kilbarger, that his wife's birthday was Saturday. Dad turned 88 over the week. Well, happy birthday.
Sure.
I agree, but man, I tell you what, it couldn't have been any competition for those ribeye steak sandwiches, man. And I've had them there before. This year was they knocked them out of the park this year. So let's look at points real quick. I know it's 7:10. We want to, and let's see, we're going to be able to get to Warrensburg. Promoter on Steve Shackelford's going to be able to come on here tonight. So let's talk about Hot Dog Mike. I just like hot dog. We got Ozark and hot dog.
I can live with that. If something's going to stick with me during my announcing career, there are far worse things than hot dog.
So tell me what you took away from the weekend. Anything we've out of the water this week.
We've got some big narratives that really continue to be on fire that we saw, I think, front and center at Rock Valley, which where else would you want to display them? I've kind of been saying it this year. It's going to be a Texas slugfest in the modified class with West Texas versus East Texas, Cameron Neves versus the Texas Bullwhip Motorsports stable. Donald grabbed himself a win, but then he got some help, in all honesty, with his stablemate Alex Diebert going up there and picking up a win, which kind of pushes the rest of the field back down as well. So huge weekend for them. I think another one that we can't turn a blind eye to are the ever consistent finishes of the Ritter boys, where they're sitting there again and again. We know Murray Thornton's a stud. We know he's 4-time national champion. He kind of is on Mount Rushmore, but the Ritters have always been that team that's knocking on the door, and he can never take a breath because they're always right there. And I think they're going to keep that foot down on the gas pedal as well. We saw Gage Ott stay undefeated on the season. And the last one I really want to talk about, he's our guest kind of waiting in the wings right here. I had fun really hyping up the Missouri versus Texas versus Minnesota angle with the modified two-wheel drives. And I thought Texas had this one in the bag. I thought they were going to prove the show me boys. They were going to show them a thing about the Lone Star State. But as picture perfect of a pass as you will see was laid down by Kipp Trebesch when he didn't quite walk it off. I think there were 3 or 4 waiting still. But, I mean, Ron, you talk about what could a puller have done different in a class of 25 two-wheelers. His pass on Saturday night was as close to perfection as I think a puller is going to want to have. And he snuck up in there and said, you know what, Texas versus Missouri, Minnesota's got this one tonight. That was fun.
Yeah, that was super cool. And he'll be coming on the show here in just a few minutes. Kipp Trebesch III and his dad invited him to come on. So I thought that was cool. His first outlaw win of his pulling career. Cole Endos says both tracks were really tough, but consistent for all 3 sessions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they got a little tricky. I think right in the middle of a couple nights, they started out really good and then kind of went away and then came back at the end. But tracks were good. Was no problem with the tracks there. But let's go ahead and bring our first guest on, Mike, because I don't want to get behind on time tonight. Sure. We'll definitely get away from us.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff to talk about this evening.
We want to bring a super modified two-wheel drive puller on, Kipp Trebesch Jr. and Kipp Trebesch III. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much. How are you guys?
Doing great, man. Thanks so much for coming on the show tonight. Kipp, you were telling me the story about how you guys got into pulling. If you don't mind, just kind of go through that again on the show here. Let us know how this whole pulling thing started with your family.
Oh, when I was a kid, my dad had a super stock 4-wheel drive. The first one was actually called Junkyard Dog, and that's literally what it was. Pretty much a pickup they took out of the woods and went screwing around with.
Hey, that's how I got started, pretty much.
He was just telling us he got $50 one time for the most parts on the track. But then they built a super stock 4-wheel drive. They've had a 4-wheel drive. We quit pulling for a number of years, and then a buddy of ours, Jeff Ginningsman, we helped them out with their super stock 4-wheel drives, and then his 4-wheel drive pickup and his four-engine mod. And then my dad ran it for another year after Jeff had passed away after he got cancer. Then we kind of quit pulling again for another 10 or 12 years. And one night at supper time, this one next to me thought it was a bright idea to go pulling again. So here we are.
You said he just walked into the garage and said, "Hey, let's go tractor pulling again." I mean, that's how literally you got back into it.
Yeah, and I made some phone calls, and I wound up calling Jack Kilmeyer one day. We were going to put a semi together, and Jack says, "If you're putting a semi together, I'm not helping." So then we actually found it's actually Corey Kilmeyer's old beer wagon chassis that we got.
Okay.
Found it for sale in Wisconsin and purchased that. And the Kilmeyers have helped us build the motor and get the truck running, and they help us on the track and everything. It's been great.
Now, did you guys just get back into it last year with this machine?
Yep. Okay. Last year, our intentions were to maybe hit 4 or 5 hooks, and we ended up running the whole season, and he won the Wisconsin State.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So I know we enjoy having you guys. And, I mean, how did it feel to win at Rock Valley, Kipp, on a Saturday night, man? That's got to be cool.
It was something different. A year ago from Saturday was the first time I won, and that was River Falls. So that was something different.
Yeah,
Talk to us about just your impression of Rock Valley. You know, we talk about it being a big destination pull and a cornerstone pull. I remember you guys pulled at Wisner last year, which was a big event as well. But kind of rolling in the first time there, what were your impressions of the venue in an event like that?
I mean, I never seen a town so excited to see pullers.
Sure.
I mean, everywhere you went, gas station or wherever, they were happy to have you. And I mean, that was unreal for us.
Yeah, this is a town that loves pulling. So Ron's throwing up a picture here really quick. Beautiful tee bucket. And, I went back and forth whether or not I was going to ask this, but it's right there on the side. My college fund. So I'm piecing a story together. So Kipp III walks into the garage, says, "Dad, I want to go tractor pulling." Now, Dad, I can't help but notice that didn't take much to twist your arm to get back into pulling, it sounds like. My college fund. Walk us through that kind of tongue-in-cheek name on the side of this, because I think, Kipp, you even interviewed at Wisner last year and kind of basically said that it is what it is. So tell us about the name of the truck.
I mean, I've been wanting to get back into pulling for a long time, and my dad always said, we're not going down that road again. Then when he said he wanted to go pulling, I says, well, it's either school or pulling, and you pick.
How long did he hesitate, and how much of a discussion was that? Or did he, Kipp III, was that an easy choice for you?
I was going pulling.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, But, it's great because I feel like there's a lot of hands-on experiences, in today's day and age where there's more than one way to gain valuable real-world experience. Working on a pulling truck, traveling miles, networking, making adjustments, I'm not saying you're going to get a degree in tractor pulling, but you're going to learn a lot about what you're doing here.
Well, he goes down to Jack's every winter, does all the motor work himself with Jack and Corey and Dustin. I mean, they sit there and tell him what's going to work and teach him how to put it together.
Yeah,
that was my biggest rule. If we went pulling, he had to work on it, because if I'm working on it, I'm driving it.
Sure.
Good policy to have. Good policy.
Bad enough, got to pay for it.
So you're 17, Kipp, is that right?
Yeah.
So you're just coming out of your junior year, going into senior year, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you're a young gun.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, we love the young guns with the Outlaws. I mean, we got a lot of guys your age and gals your age that are serious competitors in our group. I mean, I love it because you see a lot of our stars in the pulling getting up there in age, and it's like, just over the weekend we just lost a puller, Don Schulting, that was a big time puller in the 80s and 90s, and I worry that we're not getting enough young folks getting the fire, the pulling bug, for the future. So this is encouraging to me when we get a guy that's still in high school that's got the fire, it's got the bug to go pulling.
Not only
who are some of your heroes? Yep, just curious who some of your pulling heroes are. Who motivated you to go pulling?
It's gotta be my grandpa started it when I was real little. I remember going to that, and when they used to put the pull on in our town, I remember always riding in the loader, picking everything up, and then I guess always just going to the pull at the fair and having fun there. And then going with Killmeyers and them, it's been fun going with them all the time. It's never a dull moment with them.
I bet. Did you ever get a chance to drive before you were 16, before you had a driver's license? Did you ever get a chance to drive a puller?
Not as a puller, no.
No? Okay. Sometimes those little county fairs and those smaller groups, you can get away with that, before you're legal to drive, so I'm just curious.
So I want to pick your brain, talking about legends and who you look up to. So I'm kind of looking back at the results. As you hooked up to the line, when you came out late in that class on Saturday night, people that were sitting in front of you at that point in time, you had John Hunt was sitting number 1. He's your current outlaw points leader. Sitting number 2 was Whitey Zajek, 14-time national outlaw champion, more wins to his credit than any other outlaw. And then sitting number 3 was Donald Nelson, another man with 8 national champions, National Farm Machinery Show winner, perennial powerhouse. Did you kind of stop and think to yourself, man, if I'm going to pull this off, I've got to get around some big guns here? Or were you just thinking, hey, it's Rock Valley, I'm just happy to get middle of the pack? What goes through your mind when you're hooking deep in a field and you look out there and you see, some who's who, some future Hall of Famers sitting out there 1, 2, and 3?
It was more or less after the first night, it kind of learned what I'm starting to realize what I can and can't do. Like the first night, I found out that I hit the brakes. I'm starting to realize when I hit them, I'm like, well, that screwed that up. Well, then the second night when I went out there, there's quite a few last minute changes on gearing and which part of the track we wanted to go on. Right before we went out, they moved the cone to the other side of the track because we realized that it's probably better over there.
It's interesting you talk about not hitting the brakes, because from where we were standing, 2 things really stood out to me. First of all, it was completely straight. Second of all, and Ron talked about this, probably the fastest run of the night. I mean, if you really need to talk about it, it was avoiding those brakes, I think, and that sled setting that really led to being such a great run. At what point did you kind of know, hey, I might be on a winning pass here?
I didn't know until I come out the gate and Donald Nelson's sitting there giving me a thumbs up. And I thought he was just giving me a thumbs up for a good run. And pretty soon he goes, "You're in first."
and hearing that from him, that's got to be a meaningful experience. Like I said, that's your defending points champ. That's a legend in all of tractor pulling. That's got to be a pretty cool feeling.
And then as the tractor was pulling me back, there was 2 or 3 other people that shook my hand on the way back already.
Man, that's got to feel pretty darn good, man. That's got to feel good.
That's probably the best part about pulling with the Outlaws is everyone's friendly.
Sure.
I mean, no matter what, people get on edge to try and win, but everybody's always friendly.
Yeah, I agree. That's why we call it the outlaw family. We got each other's backs. And Dad, you tell me, do you have more fun driving a pulling vehicle or watching your son? And then I want you to tell me how proud you were Saturday night when all that came down in the 2-wheel drive class.
I drove a super farm twice in my life and a 4-wheel drive pickup once. I get a lot of fun out of watching him do it.
Good. Yeah.
I bet.
It's a lot of fun, and Saturday night that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
In the last couple seconds there before we went out, and like I say, Kilmeyers have always helped us so much. And Corey come running up to us at the starting line there, and he says, "What gears you got in there?" And I told him. He says, "Well, we're going to try this. Either it's going to work or it's not." Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty cool to have a pulling veteran ask you what you got, what's your setup there.
Yeah.
We want to copy it.
Got me advice.
And like I say, he'd be in his old truck. He knows it inside and out, and it doesn't seem to matter and what truck come out of Kilmeyer's shop who wins. I mean, they're all competitive in their own ways, and it's awesome.
Will we see you guys down the road? I know we saw you at Wisner last year, Rock Valley this year. We've got several big events left in the season. What's on tap for the My College Fund pulling team?
We're for sure going to come to Wisner again. I'm hoping I got to see how schedule lays out. We got some family stuff going on this year. That's the ribbons on the side of the truck this year.
Sure.
But we're hoping to go to Buckner and Unionville too yet.
Awesome. 2 big pulls, 2 great tracks at Buckner and Unionville as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you guys are welcome anytime. I mean, we'd love to see more of you guys. I know I stopped by you guys' pit area there where you were parked and there by the Kielmeyers, but y'all must have been out to lunch that day or something because there was nobody around when I stopped by. So, but I hope to catch up with you guys at a pull real soon. I hope you guys come out and pull with us some more.
The last year and this year, we've talked about that Lufkin, Texas hook, but
That's a fun one.
well, we're big deer hunters, and it falls on youth deer hunt weekend.
Yeah, it's a good one though. If you ever get the opportunity, just the whole atmosphere down there, the atmosphere, it's all for the veterans, and then the semis, the racing, there's so much going on, and the pulling has kind of taken that event over. I mean, it started out as diesel drags and a show. They still have a huge show, but the truck and tractor pull is front and center down there now. That's what the fans said they liked, was the tractor pull. So it's gotten bigger every year since we've been there.
Yeah, and with our limited schedule this summer with the family stuff, we're hoping to hit a bunch of hooks this winter down in Florida too. So
yeah, that'll be neat. That'll be fun.
Yeah, bring your high gears for those Florida tracks. So. Actually, some of them are pretty decent down there. So yeah, just bring the whole assortment of gears with you. So Kipp, what's the future hold for you here in pulling? I mean,
I don't even know. I'm hoping to go to quite a few again next year, and hopefully one year run region points, but I'm not sure what'll happen there yet.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys do for a living? What do you do, Kipp?
we're carpenters. Yeah,
Okay.
build sheds, remodel homes,
Gotcha.
concrete work.
Flat work?
Yeah,
Yeah. Been there, done that.
yeah. It's sometimes pulling gets away of work, but
Yeah.
man, what the heck? You go pulling.
Gotta have fun to relieve that stress, buddy. You gotta.
Yeah.
And I mean, look what you'd have missed out on if you wouldn't have went to Rock Valley this weekend. You guys got memories that'll last a lifetime now.
Well, and I got 2 more kids that are coming up, and they're both itching. One thinks they need a mini rod. And I don't know. And so Dad's going to build a new chassis for next year, and between him and I, we'll drive that until another kid jumps in.
Awesome. You got all these helpers coming up, so you're going to have all kind of help, is what you're saying. You shouldn't have to carry anything heavy ever again, Kipp.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get a part-time job to help pay for the hobbies.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you. Hope to see you soon down the road here. Congratulations on your win at Rock Valley, man.
All right. Thank you, guys, and thanks, everyone from Rock Valley.
Absolutely. Yep. Thanks so much for coming on, guys. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Bye. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
great,
a proud
great
papa right there, man. That's a
you could tell the emotions were right there at the surface when you ask him, hey, are you proud of your boy? That's what it's all about, Ron. I mean, so much of this, we call ourselves the Outlaw family, and the family values and the excitement. And you hear about, people who want to win, like a Donald Nelson, but walking over there to the new face, young driver, and a thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's high praise. If I was a super modified two-wheeler and Donald Nelson gave me
that
thumbs up,
make you feel good, wouldn't it?
I would hand my paycheck back and be like, that's all the praise I need right there. That's way cool. Yeah. Good family. Hope to see a lot of them with the Outlaws, and wonderful stuff. I
don't know if you noticed, but your name was changed down there on your screen. Do you see that?
Oh, thank you. Something has, yeah. Ron Stone with the backstage antics. Yeah, on the Let's Go Pulling podcast, it would display the names. So, yeah, folks, Ron has been editing in the background. So, I've been redubbed. I didn't know you could edit the other person's name. We might have some fun with this.
Oh, I can do all kind of stuff with your screen and everything, Mike. So
yeah,
that'd be nice to me here. Case Conover, I agree, man. 8 seconds. Wow, that thing. Woo, they got it figured out. 2 nights in a row, 2 different drivers, 2 out of 3 nights. That's pretty darn good. That's one to watch now. Moving forward here, we got some pretty mean pro stocks.
Yeah, what a class that class has really developed into as well. I can remember right when I first started with the Outlaws, we were fingers crossed. Well, we get 5 of them to show up. Oh, we've got 4 of them. We can make that work. We're 10 to 12 night in, night out with the 5.0 pro stocks, and not a one of them a slouch. I mean, we actually saw some major regional competitors that hook out there in Indiana come out here and go toe to toe with our guys. And I thought that was a pretty good measuring stick to see who finished where. And you kind of realize, man, these these 5.0 Pro stocks that we're campaigning right now, they are hot. They are lighting the candle, and they are taking care of business.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's roll on to our next guest here.
Yeah.
He's waiting
Can't wait
backstage.
for this one.
Sends your makeup already. Alex Diebert, correct?
Yes, sir. Diebert, backwards of how it's spelled.
Out of the Lone Star State. Now, you out of Cat Springs, too?
Yes, sir. I live right across the highway from Donald.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Man, congratulations on your win the other night, dude. I mean, that has come pretty fast. I think you're doing a great job here so far as a driver. I think Donald's found him a good driver here to drive the old Twisted Whip.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a fun run. I wasn't expecting to go right. I was kind of anticipating to go left, but I just took it as it was dealt to me, and we made the best of it.
You know what? It was probably one of the least straight passes of the class, but somehow you must have hit all the parts of the track where the traction was at, because, man, you pulled out and nobody touched you the rest of the class.
Yeah, I knew it was a good run, but I really couldn't believe that it was going to hold out that long. You know, there were a lot of good tractors behind me, and I just was not expecting that.
Alex, I have a question for you. Being down in Texas, everyone thinks, rodeo and cowboys. You've got to have some sort of background out there busting bulls or something, because it seems like every time I see you driving this thing, it is a rodeo in the seat. And at no point have you let it get away from you or acted like you were nervous or scared of it. Down in Colbert, things got really sideways. And then I almost think, that's almost got to play to your advantage, knowing that you know how to wrangle this beast and keep it between the lines. Does that confidence and experience help you out, or are you just a little bit Western and just a little crazy when you're in the roll cage there?
I mean, honestly, I got a little voice in the back of my head that says, "What would boss man do?" And usually the answer is, "Don't lift."
Yes.
Would you get in trouble? Would you get the butt chewed if you lifted, Alex?
No, I lifted in Nordheim one night. I was, that was my third or fourth hook in the tractor, and it kind of did the same thing like it did there in Rock Valley. I was about center track, and it just all of a sudden took me hard right, harder than I went in Rock Valley, and I thought I was going to go out, and I lifted, and no, I didn't get chewed out for that one. So,
but you've taken some rides. But the big takeaway Ron and I always talk about is young driver, how impressive, when calm and collected. I mean, you're not letting it get away from you. You're keeping it in bounds. You're steering with the feet. Just tell us about that first win. What goes through your mind when you get a first big time win and it's at Rock Valley? I mean, where else would you rather get your first win? So tell us all about driving this thing.
It's a wild ride, In Colbert, I got the self-appointed craziest drive award. So it's really a blast. There's a lot to think about, and it all happens so quick. You just got to kind of process it as it comes and, make split-second decisions.
So tell us how this partnership came to be, that you became the driver for Donald Nelson. I mean, have you always lived across the street with that kid sneaking across the street and seeing what they're doing in the shop over there? We want to hear the story here, how this all happened.
No, so I originally grew up a little east of here, and I was out here as a kid with a good friend of mine and started working for his grandfather. And that's kind of where, Donald and I first got to, know each other. And I moved out here full time and I started baling hay. And Donald was pulling one year and couldn't get back to make hay. So he called me and I went and made some hay for him. And he got back from being on the road. We got to talking, and, he said, "You're ever bored, want to come work on something, just stop by the shop." So I did it one day, just started hanging around and wrenching, and here we are. Now I'm driving.
Yeah, if he ever said that to Mike, he'd jump up and run out the door right now. He just dropped the microphone, leave the computer on.
I'd be on my way to Texas.
There's always plenty to do in the pulling shop and everything else. So
we say that, but I always come back with that. The most horsepower that you ever need to hand me is a microphone. Anything beyond that, and I'm going to get myself in a world of trouble. So you don't need to ever give me something that's got any more throttle control than that right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, you've got you a job, got you a seat for the rest of the season. What did the boss man say to you Saturday night?
Oh, he was real happy, real proud. You know, had a good run. He's always happy watching one of his vehicles get in the top place, and it was cool to do it at Rock Valley.
Yeah. How happy was he about the whole weekend, man? I mean, he was first and third in two-wheel drive on first night, and then having both tractors win in the modified class. He had to be on cloud nine. I didn't get a chance to get back there, but I bet you guys had a good time in the pits after.
Thursday night was definitely a lot of fun. Friday night was a lot of fun. Saturday night we had to work a little bit, get loaded up, but then we had a little bit of fun. But no, it was a really good weekend for the team. We went out and showed everybody what we can do, showed everybody what comes out of Texas.
Yeah. Now, is that something that you just kind of feel? You talk about the team a lot, and you talk about Donald, you know, the Texas Bullwhip Motorsports. You know, in total, I think there's 5 vehicles. You know, there's actually 3 mods, 2 two-wheelers. At one point in time, you had a third two-wheeler. Do you guys find yourselves really thinking about it that way, you know, as the Texas Bullwhip Motorsports team? You know, obviously, Mindy will do some driving from time to time. We love seeing her climb up in there. You know, is it always – I don't imagine that it's any one person competing against the other. As long as you guys put one of these 5 vehicles up there, you're high-fiving. You know, is it a team effort all the way across is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're all human, so naturally there's a little bit of competition in there between us. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what truck wins or what tractor wins or how we place. Just as long as we do well, you know, everybody's happy.
What's some of the biggest advice that you've got in your early stages as a driver from Donald or Mindy or anyone involved in the Bullwhip Motorsports camp?
Well, the advice comes a little slow sometimes. I remember in Lufkin, the first time I got to drive it last year for that last day, you know, I had no idea I was driving until about 1:30 the afternoon of the pool. Donald says, "Hey, I need you to come sign a waiver." I said, "What? I already signed the waiver, you know?" He goes, "No, a driver's waiver." Said, "Oh boy, here we go." He told me I was driving twisted, and I asked him, I said, "Well, you going to give me some pointers?" He said, "No, you'll figure it out."
Oh, I love it.
Great.
I love it.
What went through your mind that day? Had you been kind of just awaiting the moment when he tossed you the driver's suit, or were you like, oh my gosh, I got 6,000 horsepower I got to go be in charge of right now?
Well, I really didn't have much time to think about it because I've been elbows deep in the bottom of Little Whip figuring out we spun a rear main. So it was a nice treat from crawling out under there to figure out I'm getting in the seat. But
Yeah.
no, I was really thankful to get the opportunity and still am.
Yeah.
So, tell me how you felt before, during, and after that first pass. I mean, were you nervous?
I was a nervous wreck the entire day. You know, I went and talked to Cameron Neves quite a few times, and I just there's a lot of nerves getting behind that seat for the first time, not knowing what you're doing and trying to figure it all out. But, you know, and then we tried to get on the track and had a fuel leak, had to pull me back off. And so that just made the nerves a little more. But finally got up there and made it down the track. Started raining right after, shut the pool down. So it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions.
Well, I'm curious to know, what did Cameron have to say to you? Because Cameron, he's always willing to talk. He's another great puller from Texas. You know, if Donald says, you'll figure it out, but what does Neves have to say in the meantime?
Yeah, I got a little bit of advice from him, but, you know, pulling's kind of one of those things. Somebody can tell you how they drive, but until you get in and you figure it out for how you're going to do it, it's all just, you know, some of it doesn't pertain to you.
And I'm kind of getting, based on what I've seen you as a driver and from that answer, you're kind of learning who you are and what your driving style is. You know, do you feel like you could go back in time and give yourself some advice, or do you feel like you've already picked up a lot of things that work for your personal strategy?
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to try to figure out. I mean, that first night, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea where to set the weight. You know, I knew the tractor would run. I knew it would make it down the track, but You know, there's so much more that goes into it now. And I would just, if I could go back, I'd tell myself, just enjoy it. It's all going to be all right.
There. Yeah. Perfect.
So are you hooked now?
Oh man, I've been hooked even before I started driving. You know, just getting to work on this stuff was cool for me. I've always been a gearhead and been mechanical and love working on stuff. So just getting to, you know, tear these motors down and work on them and put tractors together and trucks together. I mean, that was cool enough for me.
Well, let's start looking at the next goal then. You've got your first win, but you're sitting number 5 in points. I mean, it's not like you're just kind of easing into this, learning it. You know, let's see here. You're actually tied for 4th. You know, only 12 points out of 3rd place. Have you allowed yourself to start thinking that thought yet? Saying, well, if I grab this and grab that, I could be sitting top 3 or I could be sitting top 2. Or is it just day to day, one track at a time?
Yeah, well, before the season started and I knew I was going to be driving full time, I had a goal, and it was to get Bullbuster to win the points. So I guess now that I'm driving, the new goal is still Bullbuster, but also too, I'd like to see Texas Tractors go 1, 2, 3 and show everybody Hemis are king.
I like
a shot across the bow of the turbines out there.
Oh, well, don't those Chevrolets might have had a little message in that too, but Texas going, you know, what's interesting for Boss Man, you know, he didn't get the win on Saturday night, but by one of his stablemates getting the win, you kind of provided a little bit of cushion, you know, that kind of put everyone else that took one spot away from where the competition could have finished. So even though his tractor didn't walk away victorious, still helpful. You kind of played that through the running back a block, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was, I'm sure that was good all the way around.
Yeah. You know, that's kind of the benefit of having multiple vehicles in a class is, you know, we always go out and try to do the best that we can. So if we finish good with both vehicles, that just helps us in the points race.
Yeah. For both sides.
Yeah. That's good. I like that. That's friendly competition, and I love it. I love it.
I could put that on a T-shirt. Texas goes 1, 2, and 3, and Hemis are king. Yeah, you guys are gonna, you know, with you and the Neves is always kind of hanging together and parking near each other. You could wave a banner between you out there. That's a fun line.
Oh yeah.
Well, man, anybody you want to thank? I mean, obviously, that's something I just want to mention too, man. I don't know if you realize you're hanging out and pulling tractors with a legend in pulling right now. I mean, honestly, it's that's phenomenal, and I'm happy for you, buddy. But anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I mean, I say it every time. I got to thank Donald and Terry. You know, without them, I wouldn't even have this opportunity. You know, most people don't even get to go see a pull, but they don't get to see the behind the scenes. So that's just really something special. I got to thank my wife. You know, she lets me go travel on the road while she takes care of our little girl. And, you know, she puts up with a lot, long hours in the shop, long hours on the road. So yeah, just got to thank all of them.
She gets to go sometimes too, though, right?
She does. She was in Lufkin when I got behind the wheel for the first time, and she went to Colbert.
Yeah, I thought I saw your family in Colbert. Yeah, I thought I met them. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yes, yeah, that was my daughter's first pull besides our local one. It was the first one she was awake for.
There you go.
Hey, kids can fall asleep while the modified tractors are running down the track, man. I see it all the time. I don't know how, but it happens. But
I don't either. It's the craziest thing.
Well, buddy, good luck to you. Much more continued success. Hope you have a great season. And thanks for coming on tonight, man. Congratulations on your win at Rock Valley.
Yeah, thank you all so much. I appreciate y'all having me. We'll see y'all at the next pool.
All right, buddy.
Can't wait.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, y'all too.
Alex Diebert from Cat Spring, Texas, lives right across the road from Donald Nelson.
Just he's living the dream, living the pulling dream, you know, hanging out, getting that mentorship. You know, imagine that too, having and you know, we're speaking high praise of Donald as is much due, but I think Donald can be one of those people who can quietly influence this next generation, gives a thumbs up to Kipp Trebesch, tosses the keys to Alex Diebert. And, you know, Alex answering the call, though, too. Super great guy. Seems down to earth, great driver. A lot of good things coming in the future with the Outlaws from him.
Yeah, there we got a message come in just a little too late. Alex, I think he's still watching there. So we love you, Uncle Alex. So proud of you.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Chris Kilbar.
Ron, I've got some breaking news coming in the private chat. I don't know if you've been keeping tabs on the private chat over here, but Kipp Trebesch still hanging out with us. He has got my back. And if we weren't lobbying enough for this team to come out with the Outlaws the rest of the year, I am personally going to now. Here's what Kipp just messaged me in the private chat. He says, by the way, we do our own processing and made 200 pounds of hot dogs and 150 pounds of ring bologna just for polling season. So they've got the homemade hot dogs coming out.
As long as the Trebeshes are in the pit area, you got free hot dogs for life, right? Is that what we're saying? Yeah.
Or maybe every time, they're going to have me, every time I eat a hot dog, they walk away with a win. So that sounds to me like we've all just got a win-win here. So,
and you're forever stuck with that nickname now.
We are. Hey, if I'm well supplied, we're golden. So big thank you, Kipp Trebesch. I could see him back there having fun. I appreciate that, buddy. Fun show tonight.
What if they make deer hot dogs?
Well, when I'm assuming processing, and I almost said that, if they were talking about we can't go to Lufkin because of hunting season, North Missouri's right on your way. You guys, I'll put you in a deer stand if that's what it gets to take you to come to Lufkin.
Check and see when deer hunting season is in Texas too. I bet there's some good deer hunting down there as well. Hog hunting, definitely.
That'd be fun. Yeah, go hog hunting. Everybody wants to go hog hunting. That'd be a lot of fun.
No, Mike, I was going to say, can you imagine if you lived across the road from Donald Nelson? He'd have to put up a no trespassing sign because you'd be over there peeking in the shop all the time.
It would. Donald, it's really funny when Donald and I interact because you know me, I'm a lit fuse and all knees and elbows and flailing and talking and loud. And Donald's much more subdued and a very reserved kind of guy. So I get the impression that a little bit of Mike goes a long ways in the Bullwhip Motorsports camp. So yeah, he would happen to be, putting up a fence, but it'd be tough to keep me out because how much fun would that be to live next to a legend like that and just have the opportunity that Alex has. We're happy for him.
I think there's T-shirts already in the making now here, Mike.
Texas goes 1, 2, and 3, and Hemis are king.
I was talking about hot dogs. So
Oh, I would rather make Diebert's line stick, Diebert's line stick than mine. So I'm gonna keep pushing that one on the microphone. But
let's get our next guest on here. He's a live wire himself here. Super Farm stand down here. Jared Johansen, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how you guys tonight?
We are awesome.
Good, man. Doing
good.
A lot of good guests. We're still on that Rock Valley week high, man. How are you? Have you come down yet?
No, I was trying to. I'm finally at home tonight, just relaxing. So,
yeah,
feels good.
What a week! You got a win last week, man. You got to feel good.
Yeah, no, it was really happy with last week. So it was really good.
Tractor is spot on, dude. It's running good.
Yeah, no, we took the lead each night last week when we pulled some earlier hooks, and yeah, it was a good week, fun week.
So I don't think. Anyone, I haven't even looked at Super Farm points, but I don't think anyone, if you told them the Super Farms were going to hook 4 times in a row, that the Andrews clan would be out on the 4th night completely.
Yeah, no, that's just some tough break for them guys, but there's no doubt in my mind that they'll be out Friday night with us again.
So that kind of answers the question I was going to go to next, and I know you're completely right. They're going to be thrashing on it. You're sitting number 2 in points, and no one ever wants breakage. Nobody ever wants anything bad to happen. But when you see that, the tractors aren't there, does that kind of open a door for you to make a move? When you see, okay, the number 1 guy is not here tonight, this is a golden opportunity, or is that kind of overthinking it? Do you just hook to the sled, take care of your job, and make sure you make an A to B pass?
Yeah, it's, you look around the Super Farm class, every tractor you look at can win every night,
Yeah.
You just try to do the best you can. And, it's, I hated seeing that, with the Andrews being out, you don't want to see that or try to get up on them that way, but you just try to do the best you can every night.
Yeah, and there's a lot of tough ones to slide around in your class for sure. We talk about all the time. I thought the Roberts kind of threw down this week as well. You grabbed a win, but they kind of reminded the world that this Ford New Holland, it can run tough as well. Halinga has thoroughly established himself as a major player this year. You know, you've got both of the Andrewses up there also in the top 5 with you. How hard is it to get around a field like that night in, night out?
Oh, it's tough. You know, you just gotta have a little luck behind you too. But it's a blast. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to any other class with the competition we have. It just makes it that much more fun. You know, it's just a good time. You know, we all want to go beat each other pretty bad, but then as soon as it's over, let's congratulate, move on. You know, it's just, it's awesome.
Yeah, you Super Farm guys are kind of clicky. Y'all kind of hang out together too. Right?
Yeah, no, us Super Farmers, we just,
And do you know where their preferred hangout spot on Thursday night was at about 11 o'clock at night? It was congregated directly in front of the announcer's table. And I found myself, you know, I could have done 10 impromptu interviews just to be able to see the track. I had to relocate due to some audio issues, and the whole plan kind of just came right down there and was right in front of me. So that was neat though, at that end of the track, because everyone was congregating to see where's the next guy going to finish, what's going to happen. And just like Ron says, that was on full display right there. You could see you guys interacting and hanging out.
Yeah, nope, it's a good group of guys. It's just a great time.
So, you know, you were talking, Mike, you were bringing up some of the competition there and how it's tightening up. And Super Farm's always been close since I've been with the Outlaws.
Yeah,
it comes down to the last pull or the last couple pulls of the season before you can determine who's going to win the thing. Nobody really runs away with it, is what I'm trying to say. But Engelmeyer, man, that tractor is really running good this year.
Yeah, he's on fire with that thing. I mean, Friday night and Saturday night, that was awesome. Then you got Weisenkamp Saturday night. What was he? An inch behind, was it? Being the last
inch and a half or something like that.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, that's just crazy. It's just, it's just awesome competition.
Yeah, I think that was one of the ones I had to get the calculator out, and Mike had to take his shoes off and count. Figure out how close that was. But yeah, you got to love that when it gets 300 and some feet, and then you're counting inches and fractions of an inch. It's
it don't matter what color it is in our tractor. You know, the orange one, the blue one, the red ones, it's all a pain. The green ones.
Yeah.
So it's a good time.
So you're 2 in points right now, man. I mean, you could be on your way to a championship, man. Have you ever won a points championship? Well, you did with Bush, correct?
Yeah, I did with Bush last year. My best finish so far with the Outlaws has been 4th. I've got a 5th. So no, every year just try to keep doing a little better.
Yeah, I know you've struggled some years, but man, it seems like I don't want to jinx you, but it seems like everything's kind of set in a good spot right now. The thing is running really well.
Yeah, Taylor Van Beek, he's got my tires on point right now, and Joe Bush and Kyle, them guys over there, Mark, Skylar. I mean, it's running great. So it kind of comes down to me now. So no more excuses. Got to look in the mirror now. So
that Joe Bush guy, he's got like a red phone by his bed, doesn't he? Like,
yes, he does. Yes,
he seems like he answers the phone at any time.
I think a few of them, because I think a few of us can call at the same time even.
I've heard pullers after a pull say, we're headed to Joe Bush's. I was like, this guy must never sleep.
Yeah, nope. He pretty accommodating. So, yep.
So, awesome.
Yep.
Now, we were just, I know your son is with you a lot. You think your son will ever give it a go?
Yeah, I let him pull, what was that, last year in West Point.
Okay.
And we'll see once, maybe David City Saturday night. He'll hit a couple of them this summer.
Good.
So
seems like a good kid, man. I mean,
Oh yeah, he's a pretty good kid. So he just eats this stuff up. So I just don't want him to get too much of the itch. I don't have to have 2 of the damn things.
That's what you got to be careful of.
That's already a done deal, I think. You're going to
we'll see. We'll see.
If you put him on your tractor too much, you lose your seat. And then
I know it.
You're going to need another tractor, a new and improved. And that's kind of how the dads get a new tractor. The kid's got my tractor, so I'm going to have to build another one for me,
Well, we better wait for $5 corn. So.
Gotcha. Hey, while we got you on here, buddy, anybody you want to thank?
Oh, just like all my traveling guys all the time, Brady, Gosler, Hargens, Paulson, they help me out a ton. All the guys pretty much in the super farm class, whatever you need, they're going to be there to try to help you or give you a few pointers along the way. It's just a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to pull up a comment here really quick because I think this is an astute observation. Ryan Garris pulled with us this weekend, and happy to see him and his family out there. Said Onawa seemed like it was a rough night for all super farms bouncing and breaking. For those who watched on the live stream, tell us about 280 feet. Your run was pretty smooth, but then we saw that back half of that class in Onawa. What was kind of happening down there? Were there some ruts developing in the track, or it definitely looked like we saw some super farms go for wilder rides than we typically see in your guys' class?
Yeah, I shifted down just to try to help with that a little bit, just to keep my just to shift down, try to keep it a little smoother. But there were some big holes that were coming. That 280 mark, it didn't matter really where you were at; it was going to get you.
Yeah.
I was just fortunate enough where I didn't get a bouncing early,
Yeah.
So,
You're right.
and I think it helped, being earlier in the class.
Yep.
Well, man, good luck to you for the rest of the season here. Looks like you got a good start, approaching the halfway point of the season. Second place is not too bad place to be right now.
Nope. So, yeah, we'll see how we end up.
All right, buddy. Thank you for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it.
You bet. We'll see you guys.
See you, Jared. Thank you. Jared
Yeah,
Johansen, Super Farm.
Runs with Brady Gosler, Mike Hargens, Jared Johansen. I'll make this statement right now. If you ever go to an outlaw pull, and whether you're working with us or as a fan hanging out, and you see those four guys hanging out in the pits after a pull,
go the other way.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say dive in head first because you both are great advice because you are about to have a very good time. Those are just a handful of wonderful human beings. They'll come to your rescue at 2 a.m., but they probably kept you out till 2 a.m. to start off with. So,
and they'll rescue you when you're about to get arrested in a small pulling town, 30 minutes before the pull starts. So.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that story, but quite literally, they will help you out when a man needs a helmet.
Chris Gilbarger, look at his comment here. That's a pretty good one.
$5 corn. Yeah. Hey, there's a second super farm.
There you go.
He literally said we'll wait for $5 corn. So there you go. That's there it is.
Thanks, Chris Gilbarger. That's cool. That's cool. Big week coming up, man. Huge week.
Yeah.
Montgomery City coming up in a couple weeks. I'm going to put this up there. Added money there. Added money at Waterloo the next night. That triple throwdown series. Taylorville, Illinois, Montgomery City, Waterloo. 3 consecutive nights there. And Waterloo's putting up extra money in the 3 outlaw classes. Montgomery City, the Montgomery County Fair, is putting up added money in all 5 outlaw classes. So that's pretty cool. We're talking about this week. We've got Leigh, Nebraska. Mike, you're going to Leigh, Nebraska.
Yep.
That's kind of a hidden gem.
It's a lot of fun. That's a super responsive crowd. It's a free fair. What's really neat about that, you don't have to pay to get in. It's actually built into the county assessment or county tax or something like that. So the fair is provided free to all their members there. And that makes for a rockin' atmosphere. It's a true tractor pull. No trucks at that one. And I think hidden gem is a good word for it, Ron. That's a really fun event that they have.
Yeah, I've announced there a couple times and hung out with the crew we were just talking about.
Oh yeah,
with Brady and Mike and Jared, and we went down. The local bar was closing, and we convinced them to stay open, and it was just us. It was our group, like 6 or 7 of us. We had a heck of a time. But the Leigh, Nebraska is kind of a hidden gem. That is a fun pull, and they will pack that grandstand, and they will have a good time.
Yeah.
I remember telling you, Mike, when first time you went, I said, you're going to like this one. You're going to thank me for this one because you're going to have fun. So
that's a great one. Great promoters. That's another one they've redone their sound system every year. I kind of have a sit down chatter. The promoter comes to me and he says, "Hey, here's what we liked. Here's what we're going to do even better next year." So that's a fair board that tries to improve every single year. Not that they need improvement, but just a reflection of the standard that they try to hold, and they meet that standard. It's a great one. And then a couple of, just fun Saturday night shows, Pawnee City, David City, and then the Show Me Shootout. And the name says it all with that one, a triple Saturday night, 3 different pulls out there where we're going to be in Warrensburg, David City, and Pawnee City, Nebraska, 3 going on at once. You're going to be in Warrensburg. Tell the fans about that one.
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to the Show Me Showdown on Thursday and Friday with the NTPA to be on that announcing crew there to help out there at the Show Me Showdown. And Saturday, I go down the road to Warrensburg for the Show Me Shootout at the Warrensburg Pull, co-sanctioned event with Missouri State Tractor Pulling Association. 2 tracks there at the Show Me Shootout. This pull gets better every year as well.
Yeah.
Has a huge crowd comes in there, and they have a lot of help there, a lot of volunteers, a lot of people to put this pull on. Steve Shackelford was going to try to come on tonight. I know he's busy, but really good pull. Enjoy this one. This one's close to home. So, yeah, you got your pick. I mean, if you can't put your butts in the seats at one of these events, you definitely should watch them on Full Pull Live because it's going to be an awesome weekend.
And it is worth the shout out with our alliance with NTPA. I was actually just over there doing some promotional video before I got on the show. But yeah, the Show Me Showdown, Macon, Missouri NTPA event. But we are going to kind of pool the resources with the Outlaw guys. You and I will both be over there doing some help with them on Thursday night. You're going to continue to help them on Friday night. Of course, by Saturday, we've got the Outlaw badge going full-fledged with that. But I actually even called the 2 events, the Show Me Showdown, the Show Me Shootout. I called them, the cousin events because they're the big Missouri, shining star events that week. So a lot of great pulling going on. All of it, regardless of which side of the banner you're on, is available on Full Pull Live.
That's right. So I was hoping we get Steve on here tonight, but I know he's busy. So let's see. Ryan says, who's going to Britt? I'm going to Britt, aren't I, Mike?
I think so. Yeah. Unless you decide you need a break or something, I'll go to Britt. But that's single night show. I think we're not booked up double, so I think you'll be in Britt.
Mark Sam says he'll be in Leigh. Mike,
it'll be a great time.
Out of all, let's see. Ryan Gears says, out of all pulls, Lamar's has to be a hidden gem. Huge. I agree. That one's. I haven't been to that one yet, but I've heard nothing but good things.
The grandstand really is. I want to speak on what Ryan says here because he's so right. This grandstand is massive, and this is a crowd. Ron, you kind of know my announcing style. I love hype, and I love that. You could ask this crowd if they, had a good supper, and they're going to cheer as loud as they've ever cheered. This crowd is interactive, and they love pulling. And when something, blows out the back door, they blow the roof off up there. Lamar's is a lot of fun. It's also home to Blue Bunny Ice Cream. Random fact of the day. Blue Bunny Ice Cream is headquartered, made, shipped out of Lamar's, Iowa. Go get yourself, go up to the ice cream shop tonight. I do this when I go to Love's and I bring the wife home ice cream. It says it right on the back of the box. Proudly distributed, proudly made in Lamar's, Iowa. Home of Blue Bunny Ice Cream.
No wonder you want to go to that one so bad.
Hot
dogs and ice cream.
Hot dog. Yeah, I'm having fun, Ron. Having fun announcing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching tonight. Thank all of our guests. Thank you to all of our guests. 2 Kipps, Kipp Trebesch Jr. and Kipp Trebesch III, Alex Diebert, and Jared Johansen for coming on. Go out and support the Outlaws this weekend. Too much good pulling to watch. We'll update you on next week's show with points and, of course, what happened in the weekend. We'll dissect all the pulls. And we're going to dive into the Holganic sweep points next week as well, Mike, because that's starting to heat up as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching and supporting the Outlaws. Be safe out there, and we'll see you at the next pull this weekend.